on this World Cancer Day, the world has made very significant progress towards mitigating the disease of cancer. Our Center for Nanosciences and Molecular Medicine has contributed in a very special way towards addressing the problem of cancer. We have looked at bringing in nanotechnology as an important component in our battle against cancer, as well as the concept of bringing in molecular medicine into addressing the problem of cancer. So there are two aspects that we have looked at over the years in the last decade and a half. One is the molecular aspects of the medicine, where we look at different molecules and try to encapsulate it into nanoparticles so that we can provide a delivery system for the cancer. Second, we have looked at tissue engineering, which is a very technology-oriented aspect of treating cancer, where we can bring in engineered implants to address the problem of delivering drugs for cancer therapy. So these are two aspects that have been worked on intensely here at our center over the last 1.5 decades. I have here Dr. Manzoor Koyakutti, who is one of the senior most professors and whose specialization is cancer nanotechnology. And Dr. Manzoor, tell us a little bit about the progress that we have made at our center, particularly with specific products that we have engineered.
So we have a major program in the area of cancer nanotechnology in our center. One of the main trust area is cancer nanotechnology. And nanotechnology give an amazing opportunity to deliver chemo drugs very specifically to cancer without affecting the rest of the body of the patients. So for the patients, this is a significant advantage because the safety of the patient is improved because of the nanomedicines. For example, in our center, we developed a very novel nano implant for treating brain tumors. So this nano implant can be placed inside the brain where the tumor is affected, and this implant can release the drug for up to 1 month locally into the tumor, such that the patient rest of the body is not affected because of the chemotherapy. So this is a great advantage we have right now.
So what the engineering of this implant, you remember we had a tissue engineering program. Tell us a bit about the engineering of this implant, because I think that's an important aspect of creating such an important device.
Yeah, so for any nanomedicine or nanotechnology, the safety of this technology is very important. Whatever we are using inside the human body, it should be safe to the patient. So therein the engineering of materials like biodegradable materials and the technologies like nanofibers, we used electrospinning technology, which is otherwise used for creating artificial organs. So we converted this artificial organ development technology into a drug delivery system, so that very safely, just like a part of the body, this nano implant can release the drug. So it is safe, at the same time it very locally treat the tumor. So engineering play a major role in developing this kind of technologies.
Another important aspect is cancer immunotherapy. That is where we try to address how the immune system can help in the treatment of cancer. Right now the cancer avoids the immune system very cleverly, and one needs to be able to design systems that will help overcome that and allow the immune system to target the cancer. That's a very important aspect which is now becoming a very big effort all over the world. Is that something also, I believe, that we are looking at? Manzoor, you've been involved in that.
Absolutely. Nanoparticle can activate immune system much more effectively. Now, if you look at the COVID scenario, all these COVID vaccines are nano vaccines, and that showed a 95% efficiency. Now, the whole world is looking at nanoparticle and nanoparticle based vaccines against cancer. So, the next revolution in immunotherapy, cancer immunotherapy, will be nanoparticle based vaccines and immunotherapeutics to treat cancer much better, because the nanoparticle can be engineered to activate immune system much better, more effectively, so that our own immune cells will be able to identify cancer more effectively and fight against the tumor. So nanotechnology based cancer immunotherapy will be a revolution for the next 10 years.
Another very interesting aspect is radiation or light based therapies, where we can bring in light and radiation with nanotechnology and be able to make a very special and strong, less toxic, with less side effects, be able to treat cancer in a very ingenious way. And Manzoor, I think that some of these things also is something where you have made some.
Yeah, absolutely. We developed a very interesting nano photomedicines which can be activated with light. So, for example, if you apply this nano photomedicines locally into the tumor, and when you switch on a small ray of light, these nanomedicines will get activated. So the patients will have a much safer and more efficacious treatment, because the treatment is done locally where the nanomedicine is activated. So that kind of advancement was not possible earlier days. With the invention of nanotechnology, this kind of new techniques can be applied to the patients. And also for radiation therapy. Radiation therapy is otherwise a very successful therapy modality. But the problem with the radiation is that ionizing radiations can cause a lot of toxicity to the patients. So the nanoparticle can help focus these radiations locally into the tumor and treat much more effectively.
And light also is a very powerful diagnostic tool, and I think that's something that is non-invasive, and that's something you can touch on also. I think.
Yeah, absolutely. We developed a technology using Raman scattering. Raman scattering is a phenomenon of light scattering by nanoparticles and any materials. So we developed a technology to detect cancer early on by using the light scattering properties of nanoparticles. So we treat cancer with this nanoparticle, and then we illuminate with light, and by looking at the Raman scattering properties of this tissue, we can detect the tumor much more efficaciously, as well as in a very fast, speedy manner. So rapid screening of cancer is possible with using these Raman sensors.
With all these wonderful new technologies, what we also are making a very strong inroad is to train a future generation of scientists who can actually take some of these cutting edge molecular medicine and technologies and bring it to battling diseases that we are facing today. So we have started many very innovative programs rather than the standard programs, very innovative programs such as molecular medicine, nanobiotechnology, nanomedicine, and we are training our next generation of future scientists. And
absolutely, our uniqueness of our center, I think, is the infrastructure facility, which is really cutting edge to do cancer research, immunology research, molecular medicine research, and engineering. Along with medicines and clinicians, and opportunity to interact with the patients and understand the patient disease conditions much better. So this is an amazing opportunity for the youngsters to come in and take up cancer and immunotherapy, molecular medicine, and also nanobioengineering as a career options. That's amazing.
Well, these students can interact with the doctors in a major multi-specialty hospital and see firsthand, about therapies, treatments, diagnostics, so that it doesn't become a bookish learning experience. It's a real practical eye-opener. Our Chancellor, Sri Mata Amritandamayi Devi, has really emphasized the importance of this interdisciplinary process to bring about significant advances in research involving a lot of young people, both men and women, to come together and research and do their work, research in not only the PG program but also do PhD program.